Hello y'all, and welcome to YoungFolk Knits. This is my first official video of the fall 2023 season, and today I really need to make some progress on my knits. So stick around and let's see what we can accomplish. Hello y'all, and welcome back to YoungFolk Knits. My name is Casey, and on this channel I mainly like to chat all about my love for fiber arts. So there's lots of knitting, sometimes there's crochet, sometimes there's sewing, sometimes there's spinning, who knows what else I might get up to. And I also chat a little bit about living on a small farm here in Arkansas where my husband, myself, and our children are beekeepers. We love raising chickens, gardens, animals, and spending time outdoors here in the foothills of the Ozarks. So if any of that sounds like your cup of tea, then make sure and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any new video content. Today is Monday, September 25th. Let's see, Saturday, the 23rd, was the first day of fall, and in true Arkansas fashion, it was about 90 degrees here, so we spent the day on the boat at the lake, which I think is hilarious as a knitter. But I feel like there are days with a lot less humidity now. That sort of crispiness in the air, you can sometimes glimpse it from afar. So hopefully that means fall is shortly to come. However, Rhinebeck is definitely coming, and it is like 3 weeks away now. October 19th, we're going to fly out of here and head into New York. So then Friday the 20th we'll be at YoungFolk. The 21st, Saturday, we'll be at New York Sheep and Wool. Very excited, and I am still trying to figure out what exactly I want to wear. Which, yes, is it that big of a deal what I wear? Is that why I'm going? No, I'm going to experience all of the fun fiber, see all the folks that I have not got to meet in person, and just have a good time. So, no. My whole outfit thing, take it with a grain of salt. It's just for fun. It's just for fun. But I love to wear something handmade. All of my plans, which I made months ago, have just really derailed. They have derailed. And it's because I have zero chill when it comes to test knits. That's okay. In the words of Miley Cyrus, it's not worth crying about the things you can't change. Like tattoos and test knits you have signed up for. Now, I love every test knit I sign up for. That's the problem. That's why I sign up for them. I need to just be like, you know what? This will be released as a pattern. I can knit it then. So, first of all, what I definitely need to make progress on is my Alder sweater. Which is a test for Rebecca Clow. So I have talked about this so much, I won't go into a lot of detail, but this is knit in Sonder Morning DK in the color Simple Pleasure and Copper Kettle. It has an all-over stitch pattern with beautiful texture that I absolutely love. It has this folded collar, which I have already finished, and now I'm just working on the body. So I've got about 8.5 inches of body, and the pattern calls for 10.75 inches before you start your ribbing. and that is my goal. I would like to get to the 10.75 inches. The only thing I will say is that while this is super fun to knit, I actually really enjoy the stitch pattern. The progress is very slow. You only knit one color at a time, so I guess you could say it's mosaic knitting. Technically, I guess it is mosaic knitting. Anyway, I would really like to finish this body in the next 2 or 3 days. And that means that today and tomorrow I need to finish the body stitch pattern, body part, and then I need to do the hem Wednesday. So that's my goal, and if I can focus on this only for the next 3 days, I think I could definitely do that. This is due October 4th, so I feel like there's a good possibility I might only get one sleeve done, but I don't know, we'll see. I do tend to pull through at the last minute. I work well under pressure, the medical background coming through. But I hope I can finish it on time. So I'm going to try to work on this today, get as much done as I can. I placed my progress keeper, not my stitch marker. I placed my progress keeper last night, and I only got 1 inch last night. So what I'm going to do right now is move my progress keeper and to put it where I'm at now. It has been moved, and we'll see how much I can do and get a little bit more realistic with my expectations. So this, number 1. Number 2. Now if you're not new here, then you will probably remember this little project, which I'm holding in my Knitting Nelly bag. She is Shop Knitting Nelly on Instagram. And I had decided that because I am an extremely hot-natured person, I mean, like right now I'm wearing a sweatshirt, but I've got shorts on with it. And I literally could go all winter with shorts on as long as I had socks on, and if I have a coat on and everything up here, then that's all I need. The shorts are fine. That helps keep me cool. I am very, very hot-natured. So with the extended forecast I'm seeing at Rhinebeck, lows, 39, 40, highs 67 for those couple days. Rain possible. 67 degrees, I don't need a coat and I don't need a sweater. So I'm thinking a vest would be really nice, which I had originally wanted to do. So I cast this on. I worked on it super hard. This is my Rosalind top, or Rosalind vest. What is it? It's the Rosalind something. And it's a pattern by Sari Nordland. And a few months ago, this was my original plan. However, I am knitting with 100% cotton, and it is the Pearl Soho Cotton Pure Base, and I'm using the color Warm Rock. It's a sport weight base, and this pattern actually calls for DK, but I am such a loose knitter. I thought that the sport weight would be great, and it is. It's working out really good. However, it has just about killed my hands. In fact, I got to where I couldn't feel my fingers. I had a really bad flare-up with my hands and wrists and arms, and I had to stop. Anyway, I haven't even touched this in a month. So the last time I showed y'all this, I had mentioned that afternoon I wanted to finish my collar and finish the armholes on each side. And I was able to accomplish that. That afternoon I did finish both of those things. So now all I have to do is work this in the round. It's joined in the round. I just have to work it in pattern until it's long enough. And the only problem is that working these cables and lace, I mean, it's all over cables and lace. There's no break from it anywhere. Front and back, every stitch. It's really, really hurting my hands. And so I'm not sure if I can do it. I feel like this cotton would be great breathability, a super fun vest, and I thought maybe even I could wear it over my red dress that I have, that I'm wanting to wear one day to Rhinebeck. but I just don't know if my hands can handle it in that short of a time period. Can I do it? I don't know. It's decision time though. It is decision time because I need to pick. I need to finish my Alder, and I need to pick one other thing to finish by Rhinebeck. And if you watched my last video, I had shown a mood board with the inspiration for an outfit that I really would love to wear to Rhinebeck one day. And not even that, I would just love to have that outfit in general. And I had settled on the Artisan cardigan, which is a pattern by Sandus Garn in their new, I think it's the 2308 volume 1, their new pattern book or catalog or whatever they call it, but it's volume 1, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I love the cables, I love the textured stitches, I love how it's different on both fronts of the cardigan. I thought that would be really nice to make and wear. So I had this sport weight yarn in stash, which is a yarn that was gifted to me from Native Fibers, and it is a blend of 50% alpaca, 50% merino. And then I have this Surrey base, which is from Fyberspates, and it is their cumulus yarn base. And I thought I would hold those together to create the Artisan cardigan. So funny, Sophia from Making Treasures on Instagram, who, side note, has recently released the most gorgeous project notebook. It even has like gilded edges on the paper. It's so beautiful. It's the most beautiful bound project notebook. So make sure and check her out on Instagram, Making Treasures. But anyway, Sophia, she cast hers on about the same time I wanted to cast mine on, and she's already almost done. And we were talking about how when we see each other in New York, we need to get a picture together. And I was thinking, you know, she's wear her beautiful Artisan cardigan, and I will hold my tiny whip up for the picture because that's probably all I will have by then. We will see. This or the vest. I gotta make a decision. I don't know. I need to work on my Alder, try to finish that, and then I need to pick and either work on the vest or the Artisan cardigan. You know, one or the other. I've got to make a decision today. What will it be? And I think the way I might make that decision is knit a few rounds on the vest and just see what happens. How my hands feel, what kind of progress I'm making. I need to get a little feel for everything and see where I'm going with it. It is 10:45 and I need to start cooking lunch because today I'm going to make a lovely chicken dish which has a base of creamy polenta. I'm going to brown some bone-in chicken thighs in a sauce of white wine and olive oil. I'm going to then add some capers, some shallots, and some grapes. And once that's browned, I'm going to stick it in the oven and roast it. And then I will serve that and the sauce over the polenta. So good. So I need to go make that. And then after lunch, I'm going to hit the knits and make some progress. And then I will check back in with y'all tomorrow, maybe later this afternoon or tomorrow, and we'll see where I'm at. We'll see what decisions are being made and figure out the direction of my next 3 weeks. All right, y'all. See you in a little bit. I think what I might do is get my vest out and spend about 20 minutes working on it and see how my hands feel. And if they are okay, then that might give me a little bit more of an indication that the vest is something I could finish. And if they really start bothering me, then I know this is just not something that I can sustain knitting for the amount of time I would need to finish it in time to wear mid-October. And then I need to try to figure out which row I am on. This uses multiple charts at once, but thankfully Sari has them all aligned where there's the same number of rows per chart. Oh, hang on. Mega sent me a voice message, so I need to listen to that before I start knitting.
Honestly, I would not do the cotton one, especially if you're on a deadline, you want to get other things done, because if the cotton one gives you trouble with your hands.
Mega and I crack ourselves up with our test knitting addiction and our cast on addiction. I think that's mainly what it is. Not really a test knitting addiction, a cast on addiction. And a test knit just gives us an excuse to cast on something new. You're right, I need to look because it looks like it's supposed to rain and I might end up wearing my rain jacket. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so I am going to listen to my book and get a little bit of stitching done on my Alder.
He also wore a perpetual frown and gave the impression of being... And yet I stopped dead as I looked into the darkness this morning.
Nope, 26th of September. Anyway, I worked on my Alder quite a bit yesterday, and I've made it, I don't know, probably 3 inches longer on the body. And I think I will start the ribbing for the hem today. And I also worked on my Rosalind top, and I just am very doubtful that I would be able to finish that entire vest before Rhinebeck because it definitely was causing some hand pain. So I have piano lessons and waiting for my kiddos, and I think that I'm going to cast on the Artisan cardigan, and I may try to work on that along with everything else to have that for Friday, maybe. Tuesday afternoon, and I just finished making tacos for lunch, Taco Tuesday. And I wanted to show y'all the end result of what I've been mulling over in my mind and trying to decide where my plan of action is going to lie. So first of all, let me show you what kind of progress I made on my Alder last night. So I tried it on yesterday afternoon, early afternoon, and it definitely was not long enough. So I started knitting on it, and since then I have made this much progress. I only knit on it last night. I did not get to knit on this at all today. So here's my progress keeper. Let me see. Here's my progress keeper. I've got that much progress. Oh, that's probably two. Is that 2 inches? Yeah. Let me see. So the top of this, not the bottom, to here, probably 2 inches, 2.5 maybe. I'm going to go with 2.25, 2.25 inches. I've decided that I want to get a little bit further. Dropped all my stitches again, do it every time. There we go. So I think I'm going to, nope, didn't get them all. Can't save them all. Okay, I'm going to try to knit 1 more inch on this, and then I'm going to start the body. So I think I can do that this afternoon. You know, I did what I always do. I cast on something new. So I went ahead and cast on my Artisan cardigan this morning while my kiddos were doing piano lessons, and I had a lot of trouble deciding which size to cast on, because so originally I cast on the size that was for 143 centimeters because I wanted, like, you know, tons and tons of positive ease, super slouchy, sort of like my mood board inspiration. But the more I looked at this sweater, it's not really long enough. I don't know if I want it to be that slouchy with it as short as it is. So I don't know. Maybe I should have stuck with it, but I ripped it out and I recast on for the 134 centimeter finished bust circumference, and that's gonna still give me positive ease, but not anywhere near as much. Hopefully it'll all work out in the end. I am using a blend of 50% alpaca and 50% wool held with a Surrey silk lace weight yarn. Because of that, I feel like it will definitely grow. My swatches don't grow as much as my finished objects do with that kind of yarn, because my finished objects are much heavier than a swatch is. And they have always grown quite a bit for me. So I feel like even with blocking and wearing, because of the yarn fiber choice that I made, it'll probably end up being bigger than the called for bust circumference for this size. So this is the size XL/2XL, and hopefully it'll all work out in the end. But I've cast on, I've started my moss stitch, and these Scandi patterns, I'm telling you what, they don't give a lot of direction. They just assume. If you're a new knitter, don't try to knit a Santa Scarn pattern. This is what I've got so far. I've got cast on, and then you just purl 1 row, and then you start your moss stitch. So I'm 4 stitches into the moss stitch, or I'm sorry, 4 stitches. I'm 4 rows into the moss stitch. It's so soft and it's very fuzzy. Lots of halo there. And I think that the yarn colors are blending nicely, so I'm pretty happy with it. I think it'll be a very, very soft cardigan. Loving it. This particular Surrey yarn, I don't know. Some are worse than others, I've noticed. This one, anytime I'm knitting it, especially casting it on, made me cough just thinking about it. Anytime I'm knitting it, casting on, or winding it, I get tons and tons of the Surrey fibers like stuck to the back of my throat. I can literally feel them. Don't love that, but you know, we like to suffer for our work. Suffer for our art. That's what it is. Whether I finish it for Rhinebeck or not, it's going to be a cardigan I want and will wear. So I'm happy. I'm happy to be working on it. That's my plan. If you enjoy videos like this, then make sure and give it a thumbs up and also hit that subscribe button. It really helps my channel out and definitely helps me to continue producing video content. Until we chat again, happy knitting, y'all.